Hello and welcome. Welcome to a live edition of Steps of Sussex. Oh my goodness, just when I thought it was safe to relax, just when I thought it was safe to sip my tea in peace and tranquility of an evening here in the UK, a Sunday evening. Come to that. No, it erupts, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. Right, where on earth do I start? As always, this is a live chat. So I am going to go to the most important people in this video, which is you, because I want to know exactly what you guys think about all of this before we go into it. So, as the title of this video suggests... Ooh, I've got some feedback. There we go, I've turned the volume down on my own video. Right. Just as the title of this video suggests, President Trump has tweeted about Harry and Meghan. Did anybody ask him to? Anyway, let's move on. He says in his tweet, which I will read in a moment, but in a nutshell, he says that he will not pay for Harry and Meghan's security whilst they are in the US. Did Harry and Meghan actually ask him to? But also, Harry and Meghan have responded through a spokesperson, which is being widely reported by all media outlets who have received this spokesperson's message, included trusted news reporters such as Omi Scobie. So, first of all, I think we should kind of go to the very, very start of it all. Oh, hang on, let's read some comments first before we go into it. Alicia says, was it really Trump? Yes, the tweet has come from his Twitter account. So yes, it was from him. Unless he's been hacked. I will say that. Right, okay, let's just read the statement. Well, let's just go to the Twitter first of all. So, for those of you who want a link to President Trump's tweet, so that you can have reference for it, I will post it here. I will also post the link in the description for those of you watching on catch up. So there is the tweet. You can open it and read it yourselves. But it says, and these are Trump's words, I am a great friend and admirer of the Queen and the United Kingdom. It was reported that Harry and Meghan, who left the United Kingdom, would reside permanently in Canada. Now they have left Canada for the US, however, the US will not pay for their security protection. They must pay! Exclamation mark. Well, first of all, let's just dissect President Trump's tweet, first of all. So, he said he's a great friend and admirer of the Queen in the UK. Well, you know, that is true. He always seemed like he admired the Queen. And he has tried to forge a really good relationship with the UK. It was reported that Harry and Meghan, who left the UK, would reside permanently in Canada. Well, first of all, that's wrong, because it was not announced that they would permanently reside in Canada. It was announced that they would be moving to North America. And a lot of people took North America to mean also the US as well. So he's got that kind of a little bit mixed up, a little bit muddled, shall we say. He says, now they have left Canada for the US. However, the US will not pay for their security protection. They must pay. Well, I think what he's referring to is, obviously, it is up to him whether or not the US interpret Harry and Meghan as internationally protected people. He has obviously, in this tweet, chosen to not include them as internationally protected people. Yeah, so he has said they must pay. But he is responding, obviously, to the fact that everything's been reported recently by all these journalists about Harry and Meghan's protection and their move from Canada to the US. So he's obviously responding to that. But it's, you know, Harry and Meghan probably haven't actually asked the US to pay for the security anyway. This is Trump just being quite speculative in his tweets. Anyway, let's go back to Harry and Meghan's response to this. So, this was released, their statement was released after President Trump's tweet. So, this is what they said. Now, a spokesperson for Harry and Meghan have responded by sending this message to all of the reported journalists. So, a spokesperson for Harry and Meghan has just told us that, and this is the quote, "The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have no plans to ask the US government for security resources. Privately funded security arrangements have been made." So there we have it. Harry and Meghan had no intention of asking, or haven't asked, the US for any security resources or for it to be funded. Privately funded security arrangements have been made. So we don't know what those privately security arrangements are. They are private. Just as it said, they are private arrangements. We don't, but it does indicate maybe that maybe the UK taxpayer might not be paying after all. I know I've read in the past couple of hours a lot of tweets and reporters talking, trying to work out if anyone has any idea who is actually paying for their security whilst they are in America. And I've heard at this point in time of making this video a wide-ranging amount of speculation, from that the UK taxpayer is still paying for it, all the way to Harry and Meghan are paying all of it themselves, or even that it's being split between themselves and Prince Charles, or it's being privately funded by Prince Charles. The fact remains, out of all of the speculation, whatever you might hear in any video, we know nothing more than what their statement says, which is privately funded security arrangements have been made. We do not know what those private arrangements are. Perhaps in due course that may become known. I would have thought that that if the British taxpayer were paying for it, we would get some kind of information back that would be available to journalists within the public domain, that at least they would be classified as internationally protected people. So if the journalists do a little bit of digging in the future, post April the 1st, and find out that the UK government still class them as internationally protected people, we could probably take from that the UK government and the UK taxpayer might still be paying at least a portion of their security costs. If, however, it comes back that they are not classed as internationally protected people within the UK, since their decision to step back, then probably privately could mean themselves, or it could mean Charles, or it could mean a mix of the two. We do not know what arrangements have been made privately between the Prince of Wales, Harry's father, and Harry and Meghan with regards to their transition before they start making serious money themselves. Because, of course, at some point, this is a bit of a moot point anyway, because at some point they will be earning likely so much money that they will not need anybody to pay for anything anyway. So yeah, this is just kind of an issue, I suppose, at the moment, whilst Harry and Meghan are still getting off the ground with their new life. Yes, Harry and Meghan are independently wealthy within their own right, but there's only, so much money that level of protection can take up, if you know what I mean. So yeah, security costs vary from £1 million a year to £8 million a year. The true cost we don't actually know, but the one thing that we do know for sure, amongst all of the gossip that might be out there, is privately funded security arrangements have been made. Right, that is the story. That is the news as of today. And of course, if anything else pops up with relation to this story, of course, I will update in a video. So all of this information that I'm talking about now is correct as of the time of making this video. Right, let's go up and read some viewer comments, because that is, of course, really important. So, Idalina says, this reporter from Fox News was very friendly with Trump, got fired. All the channels come under fire on the Fox News. To be honest, I'm not familiar with that, so I wouldn't like to comment on that. Christine says you would think Trump would have more important things to worry about. Well, you know that whatever he hears in the media, he could potentially tweet about. RNM says he still forgets that Harry is still Prince Harry and also the Queen's grandson. That is true, but like I say, it all boils down to, in the US, who they are considering to be an internationally protected person. There are arrangements in place, vice versa, between the US and the UK, that, you know, whenever an official representing the government, you know, comes on an official visit or unofficial, for those times, security is covered on both sides. But that comes into question. That, you know, we think has ceased since they have made the decision to step back and start this new independent life. Debbie says they didn't have to ask for anything. He just wants his name and everything. He likes to hear himself talk or read himself tweet. Creative Life says you can't dissect nonsense and stupidity, so don't bother trying. Can I give you a fan flap for that one? Everyone loves a trier. Right. Alicia says, I think he's still bitter about what Meghan said about him. I mean, there has been some media talk about maybe it could be a little bit of retribution for potentially what in that fake phone call, what Harry was heard, you know, that fake Greta Thunberg conversation. Not the fake Greta, but the what do you want to call it? The staged conversation, the hoax, the prank call. From the Russian radio host towards Harry. Harry did, you know, question Trump in that, and of course, you know, there's all things in the past that Meghan has said about Trump's issues. So there could be some retribution in there about that as well. Jackie says, did anyone ask him to pay? I do not believe so. Harry and Meghan certainly in their tweet said that they have not asked anyone for any help with regards to the USA. Right, I'm just reading through it. A lot of people are saying very, very, very similar comments. Helen says, if they did move back to the US, they certainly didn't ask Trump for anything. I think it kind of almost confirms, without them actually coming out and saying, hey, we've moved back to the US, I think their statement does pretty much almost confirm all of the talk that's been going on, that in recent days, that Harry and Meghan have moved from Canada back to the US. Like I say, you know, short of Harry and Meghan, which they aren't going to do, but short of Harry and Meghan coming out and saying, oh, we've moved back to the US, I think that's probably, in that statement, is as good as an acknowledgement as what we are going to get from them right now. Let's put it that way. I'm going to scoot all the way down to the bottom and see what people are saying there. People talking about President Trump. Marge says, where's my tiara? Upstairs. I've just got off the couch. I was relaxing for the evening, and then all of this broke. Okay, right. There we go. That is the news from now. And I don't really see much point at this point in time in labouring on too much about it. Those are the facts. Trump made a tweet in reaction to all what's been going on in the media by the news reporters. Harry and Meghan have responded to that tweet, and in doing so have given us a little bit of, or rather the world, a little bit of information. I have read the tweet. I have read the response to that tweet. We have dissected President Trump's tweet. We have spoken about Harry and Meghan's response. I don't think there is anything further to say on it at this point, but I am sure the conversation will continue post this video in the comments section. All I ask is that people please stay respectful. And of course, you know, if there are any abusive comments or anything towards any other viewer, I will do my best to try and remove that. So please, 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 please be responsible, and as always, stay safe. So, on that note, if you have enjoyed this video in terms of me deporting the news as it is, as factual as I possibly can, then please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and also do hit the bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. And if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel, because it is all things Harry and Meghan news. I am not going to put this video on Royal Reviewer, my main channel. This is going to stay on this channel, all about Harry and Meghan. So, from me in Shropshire, who is going to have a cup of tea and watch some TV in the evening, mwah to you all, and goodbye.